also can't see you.
Yeah, I hit the button. Button's been hit.
She hit the button. Hi, welcome back, everybody.
Yay!
Been a month or
Yay!
so.
Oh
Had
boy.
some change. But welcome back. Everybody's here. Everybody's happy for the most part. We're happy we're here. Let's just say it
Yes.
that way.
Yeah.
So
Very much.
quick recap because it's been a while. After discovering their little lost half-elf in the boat under the temple, our trepid trio had to cut the reunion short when the arrival of Lord Pure and Findel's mother, Lady Destra, had put things into perspective. Some stealthy following leads them to the altar where things don't look any better. There, our heroes interrupt the planned sacrifice, and diplomacy goes nowhere. A fight leads to spilled blood and a very angry tree. Between grapples, visions, strikes, and confessions, the girls discover that the ancient sacred seed ceremony was corrupted when the other two lords decided to sacrifice Relixin. The tree grew exponentially, but the spell was not completed correctly. The city was erected upon a lie. With vines going crazy and the temple collapsing, decisions needed to be made, and fast. What followed was an impromptu episode of Mori and Findel's attempted self-sacrifice. This too was foiled, and with a mighty swing, Fee knocked out Lord Pier, probably not intending to ground him. The girls switched gears and used a healing spell upon the tree. This reveals the remains of Relixin and the seed. In the meantime, Lord Pier dies, but a quick revivify from Fee saves him.
I didn't mean it.
A cruel decision sees the group escape the temple with the lost lord's bones in hand, but the seed left behind. In their clutches is an unconscious Lord Pier, an angry Lord Destra, and before them a tree that is slowly losing leaves. This is all kind of juxtaposed with Findel's confession to Opal that he is not actually her father, but her godfather, but that he was there for her going forward. And that's where we are.
Oh boy.
So you guys are all on this ship. Lord Pier is still unconscious. He's alive, but he's unconscious. And Lady Destra is in no way going to fight much anymore because she's been beat up a little bit. So you have not taken the helm or anything quite yet. So what would you guys like to do?
Go back in time.
Well, we
If
don't
I
have a
could
wish spell, so
Turn back time.
and none of you know chronomancy, so
No, not this year.
No.
Shit. Okay. So, what do we want to do? What can we do?
Fidel, after speaking with Opal for a little while, he does approach you, and he says, I have to go back to the city, but if you need to leave with Opal to remain safe, I can take my mother and Lord Pier back to the city and attempt to explain. There's not a lot of evidence left, but I
Yeah.
can attempt. He's looking quite nervous. He's not actually used to this. He was being groomed as if he was going to take over, but obviously you remember he didn't really want to take over. Where his mother was, he's not Lord Pier's son or anything like that. Lord Pier has a daughter he was going to marry and possibly help rule with her, but he's not really looking forward to leading at the moment. But he knows he has to do something, and secrets have to come out. So he's determined that he needs to go back to the city.
If there's anything I can do to help with
What's
that.
going to happen?
Yeah.
What's going to happen to the city?
Well, it appears, well, it's kind of hard to see from here. We can only see the mass of the tree. We'd have to head back to the city to see if there's any current damage.
Did we just why is it that anytime we want to do what is the right thing, we always end up fucking somebody else? Why can't the right thing be consequence free?
I believe that is life in a way. I also do need to get the Lord's bones back to the city and bury him properly with all the honors.
Yeah,
So-
no, maybe that'll help. Whatever ancient magic this was be corrected. I don't know. But like, if anything, you should tell people what really happened.
Oh, I plan to, but it may be a little bit difficult without. If it's just me with very little evidence, it's going to be an interesting attempt.
Do you think us coming to help would help, or is that we'd probably just be
Would it-
arrested?
Would it cause more problems because we are not elvish kind?
Oh, there's plenty in the city that don't feel the way my mother does. So I believe you being not elves would not affect much. Having more than one eyewitness would be much appreciated. Not to mention, if my mother or peer decide to do something,
Be
there's really
bitches.
only so much I can do.
Yeah. I think we should maybe go with him and like back up his play. Like, if we keep
I
running,
agree.
we're gonna have to keep running. Like, once you start running, you can't stop. We're already running in a way, so maybe we'll just run in that direction for a little while.
I think that is a good idea.
Sure.
So you guys head back to the city.
Yeah.
Is Opal gonna be okay, like, to go with us?
I believe her ending up where she was sort of a coincidence. My mother had no idea who she was. It really was just people picked out because they seemed to be without
Like they wouldn't
guard
be missed.
or connection. So I believe she is safe for now, and I'm not going to let her out of my sight.
Okay.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yes. It's good.
Okay, so you guys steer the ship back towards the city. So Pier, like I said, Pier is still unconscious. He's gonna be unconscious for a while because he kind of died.
You know, that'll do it. Sometimes
Destra's-
you need a big old nap after that.
Yeah.
Red Bull ain't gonna cut it.
Destra seems to be a little bit shell shocked, for she's not even sure what's gonna happen. She's kind of had her head on her shoulders the same way for decades now. So seeing that there's going to be a big shakeup, she is surprisingly quiet. As you turn the ship back, JD is back on deck, wandering around, sniffing at the new people, wondering who they are, as well as just happy to see you back. I guess Harold is also there.
Yeah, he better be.
How many
If he's
eggs
not,
are
I'm
there?
upset.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
eggs hidden around.
Just like scattered
It's
Man.
basically Easter.
in like a coil of rope. Oh, an egg.
Eventually something's gonna go bad and we're gonna have like a stink bong problem.
Right?
Just wake up with the
Mhm.
smell of sulfur.
Ugh.
So as you head back to the city,
Mm.
you get closer, since this lake is very, very big. It's huge. So you were able to see this tree because it is also huge, but not in great detail. As you get closer, the tree isn't falling apart, and there's nothing wilting quite yet, or anything. In fact, you're not entirely sure what you saw was a bunch of leaves or just a few leaves, because it's a huge tree, so it's got like big leaves and that kind of thing. And who knows, it might just molt once in a while. However, as you get closer, you do note two specific things. One is the star, that bright light at the top of the city, is still there. And it's still shining. However, it seems to be not as bright. As weird as it sounds, it almost seems like it's almost gray in color instead of like a shining, like gold color. But it's still there, and of course the city is still standing. When you head into the dock, Findel and Destra, they kind of give a shiver, like in their bones, they kind of feel something is off. They can't seem to quite explain it. Findel kind of says something along the lines of, "Do you know that feeling when you know you left the door open when you leave your house?"
Or the oven on.
Yes, it feels like there's something missing or forgotten. Um, it's early morning because this was overnight. It's early morning, so the city's not super bustling yet. However, you need to decide how you're going to approach this with an unconscious Lord Pier and Lady Destra that might not be in the nicest moods.
Well, she can be pissed at us all she wants. I think the first thing we should do is try and get Lord Pierre to like a temple or a healer or something, like more support than we're able to offer right now.
I mean, technically, I still have uh another spell slot that I could cure him.
Well,
I-
he's in an okay place. He could be brought to a healer and be just fine. You're going to be either carrying him and possibly dealing with Destra. Are you going to tell her something, say something to her, tie her up? Uh,
Are,
I think
Findel's like, we have to get her to the palace.
I feel like
Yeah.
Along with
tying
Lord
her up is
Pier.
going to draw more
more
attention
attention, yeah.
than
Are you gonna be
already there
fucking
is.
cool? Or are you gonna be a problem? Like, tell me right now. I know you, well, lack in the honesty department, but if you're gonna be fucking cool, we can just walk to the palace and start getting this sorted, right? But if you're gonna be a problem, by all means, I got plenty of rope.
Destra wrinkles her nose. I will not be put in such ropes.
Cool.
Ropes.
Don't want to tie the knots anyway. They're difficult and hurt my hands. So you're gonna be cool?
I don't know what you mean by be cool.
Basically, right? Like we'll walk to the palace together.
Without you throwing a fit.
Yeah.
A lady does not throw a fit.
Or a hissy.
Sure you don't.
Whatever you call it.
Nice.
Tantrum, fit, whatever.
What do they like make smelling salts specifically for bitchdom?
Bitch salts. She says, when I'm among the other nobles, we will have a chat to sort this all out. So yes, I will, what you would call behave.
Awesome. Cool.
You seem like behave is a weird word in your vocabulary.
Are
You
you-
are very strange.
Well, wait a minute. Are you hungry? My mom gets like this when she's hungry. Do you want? We could
Do you
make you
need a
some
Snickers?
eggs.
Are we going?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I feel like we should at least offer some hospitality if
Findel
you're
puts down the gangplank.
hungry. No? Okay. All right. Well,
We-
let's get him
we
to the
should- we
healer
should
then.
probably go.
Yeah. It's difficult to
Um,
like figure out a way to like be hospitality to your mom, man.
Well, she's used to servants that don't really talk to her. So
Sounds like that's probably the biggest problem she does have. Anyway.
Findel helps with Lord Pier, who I guess is bundled up, and takes him off the ship, heading back up the stairs. It's still early morning, but there are some people out and about. You do catch the attention of quite a few people. Findel gets the attention of some the dock guards, and explains that Lord Pier was injured and they need an escort to the palace. Thankfully, Destra does not cause a scene or say anything. Fidel seems to be kind of glaring at her every few seconds to make sure she behaves, quote unquote. And he explains that there was an accident and they need to get to the palace and the healers. The guards who know Findel, they know Destra, and they know Pier, they don't know exactly what's going on, but they're not going to argue. So you're quickly herded to the palace in the middle of Hearthwood. Throw you over to. There you go. As you pass, people are looking more and more curious, and you kind of get a small parade behind you of people wondering what the heck is going on. And as you get to the palace, Lord Pier is taken inside by healers, and you have a crowd behind you kind of wondering what's going on and asking questions. Findel looks very nervous, unsure as to what to say, and he looks to
Findel,
you guys.
just breathe. Like, it's biggest advice, man. Just breathe. You know what to say. You've
I
been trained
I really
for
don't.
this.
I don't know. Are we telling them the truth? Do we tell these people that
I
the
think.
tree is falling?
Can I look at the crowd?
Yeah, sure.
What did they look like? Like, is it just upper crust?
It's kind of a mix. You've walked from the docks all the way here, so you have crossed through kind of both areas. And you've gotten the attention of guards who have, sent gossip. You've gotten the attention of early morning merchant people. You've got the attention of nobles starting their day out, also heading to the palace. Some street urchins have spread the word. You've gotten just this little crowd wondering why the two topmost people in the city are coming out of the docks looking like they got into a fight, and Lord Pier, the leader of the city, basically unconscious and also beaten up. Also, I believe like 3 of you were covered in blood.
We didn't presto that. That's fair. No, we didn't. Hey, quick little powwow, real fast. We're kind of like
Sure.
huddle of the four of us together. Okay, we've got to tell them something, right? Because like otherwise it's just gonna be like superstition, like suspicion and whispers and shit. And the more we control about what the perception of what's going on, the better. So I think we start off with the simple truth that there was an incident at the Temple of the Seed, right? That's what it was called, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that some things in the history are maybe not exactly what we thought they were, and that we're still investigating and putting the pieces together, but that the trunk is, I don't know, how do you phrase like the tree is strong, like the trunk is good, like the roots will hold, and we will get back to them
that
as soon
might
as
work.
possible.
The roots will hold.
The foundation is steady,
Yeah.
sturdy.
Yeah, like that's basically what, like, I really think that's what you should, I don't think that should come from us. I think that has to come from you, Findel. Like, we're bloody out, like literally bloody outsiders. And you have to be their hope right now. And you don't have to be this forever. But for now, you're gonna need to be that hope. You're super good at that. You carry hope with you. I've seen it.
Findel takes a deep breath in. He looks between you. He glances over at his mother, who's kind of glaring at the ground. She knows that if she tries to say something, she's probably not. She's gonna regret it pretty quickly. Then
Step on
he
her toe.
he looks to the people, and then says a small prayer, approaches them, and he clears his throat, and he says, I ask that you spread the word that there has been an incident in the formerly lost Temple of the Seed. There was activity going down below that was nefarious in nature, even if it did provide a sort of sustenance for our way of life. He's kind of looking anywhere but at his mother. The deeds have been put to rest in the...
Can I hold his hand and give it like a little squeeze? Like you're gonna be
You
okay.
do the theater kid squeeze.
Yeah, like you're gonna be okay.
The curtain
We're
call
here.
squeeze.
We're here.
My
Heck,
mother and Lord Pier were involved in something that many will view as unsavory and a betrayal to the people of Hearthwood. With the help of my friends here, we were able to put a stop to it, however, the cost of which was the root of our city. There's like a murmur that goes out through the crowd, and some very alarmed questions thrown his way. We will endeavor to make sure that our way of life continues among the branches. The roots are still strong, and the branches to continue to grow, but I ask that you spread the word that there will be changes for the better, and that we... He looks to you three, and then at Opal, will be helping out as much as possible in this new transition. Everybody kind of looks at him, and then he looks back to you, wondering if he said anything correctly.
Yeah!
That was good.
Trying to like pump up the crowd.
Give me a charisma roll.
Okay.
All of us?
Yeah. Well, anybody who's like, I don't know, helping in any way.
Just like straight charisma?
Yeah.
Imagine I've been saying things. I'm just not very talkative today.
That's fair. A 12
Not too good.
from your girl.
I'm getting there. Where is it?
I hid it away from you. You'll never see it again. Ahaha.
I was gonna say, I can't find it. There we go. Oh, it wasn't good, but it's there.
I feel like we need to like pay some respect to rolls above 10. Like we can't keep saying that they're not good because I mean they could be significantly
true.
worse, right?
The people
That's
don't seem to
true.
be roused to cheering or anything like that, but they seem to not... they're not ready to do a riot or anything like that. They understand that Findel kind of just gave a bunch of political drivel, but they took away the most important parts, which is that Lady Destra and Lord Pier were caught doing something, and that the council probably will have to look this over, as well as there might be danger to the tree itself. They're not... Since Findel didn't go into great detail, there's not much they can glean from this, but that means they'll probably be listening to whatever messages are sent out.
Yeah.
So they're not roused to alarm quite yet, but they do know that there is something going on.
Yep. Don't forget to pay your paper boy so you can keep up with the latest news.
More pamphlets. So Findel gets you guys inside the palace, and Lady Destra stands with kind of her arms crossed, and kind of glares back at you guys, and says, "I don't know what you plan to achieve with the truth. I believe you will only incite panic."
See, that's a very elitist thing for you to say. Like,
elitist? I've been taking care of the tree.
no,
For the
but you're
last-
not. No, you're not listening. That elitist doesn't mean that you're not getting your hands dirty with work. What it means is that you're putting yourself and what you think your own intelligence is above everybody else, right? Like you're not trusting your people to be able to handle the truth. What kind of leader is that can't even trust their own people?
She looks down and then just looks away. You have no idea what you're talking about, child.
Okay. I feel like you'd have something cooler to say than that if I didn't. All right.
You were going to let your own son sacrifice himself.
I was not. I was trying
You
to get him out of
you
there.
feel good this? No, you are not. You was going to let him go into
Actually,
wall
she
of vines.
wasn't. She was trying to pull him out.
I know. I'm being
Okay.
sneaky.
Oh, you're being
Guilt
sneaky.
trip.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
Reverse psychology.
She Una reversed the psychology.
I would
didn't
never
work,
have let my son
she
go
tried.
through with such a thing.
And yet,
Look, am I
Uh,
needed here? I need to go get my own affairs in order, it seems. I have a feeling my son will be telling the council what happened.
if
Yeah.
he doesn't, we will.
Well,
that is true.
we want him
Because
to
it is right thing to do, because you are a liar and you no tell people what is will happen. That is why.
As you guys stand kind of in the entryway of this castle, the guards are looking extremely concerned, not entirely sure what to do. But you notice out the window, you do see like almost like a small flock is the best way to put it, of birds have taken off from a specific part of the palace. And Findel kind of looks a little nervous and he says, "Those would be messenger birds. So I have a feeling news will be traveling quite fast.
Oh shit.
That means the capital will probably be in 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 possession of this knowledge very quickly.
Let's go to the council.
Okay.
Moment, Fee hears the word capital. Ah, shit.
Yeah, that's what my brain thought too. We got a fucking motor.
So it's early morning. Nobody has gathered very much. In fact, the only people awake in the castle seem to be servants. However, you are met by Lady Verilef after a little while, which is Lord Pier's wife. She, tall, beautiful elf lady, but very much one of the people who went to church, went back to the palace, went to the church, went back to the palace. She didn't have too much variety in her life, so she is very concerned by her husband's condition as well as the news she has heard. She is also very, very alarmed by the presence of 3 strangers, 4 if you count Opal, if Opal is still there, and she's quickly demanding news from Findel. He placates her. We're going to wait for the council, and then I can address everybody. Findel's just sweating bullets the entire time. And the guards have pretty much roused the council and asked them to come and gather in an emergency meeting. Like I said a while back, this city doesn't. The Lord and Lady are basically figurehead rulers, but they do have some sway. They're more of a religious representation of good, pious people for the city. But the ruling council is made up of nobles that help make the rules of the town. Destra is technically a part of the council, but as her actions are in question, she will not be sitting among them.
Yeah.
And they are a mix of nobles, but they are all nobles. There is nobody here from the lower class. And some are wearing religious icons, so you can tell that the city is still not a theocracy, but it like edges towards that. Like it's very important. And at the seat of the council is the high priest of the temple. So he is both a noble and a priest. But they have gathered quickly. Most look very tired and very confused as to what is going on. And once again, you are presented with a smaller group of very powerful people wanting to know what the heck is going on. Findel looks even worse, kind of a shaking mess, not entirely sure what to do or what to say. So here's kind of your decision.
Quick question. Have we gotten the chance to clean up in the meanwhile?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, while they're going to...
Please tell me we're not still splattered with blood.
Yeah, while the guards were gathering people
What?
up and getting the council ready, you were given basically a room to clean up and change.
Okay, thank you.
Thank God.
Okay, again.
Findel has asked Opal, though, to stay in the room, just so he knows where she is, and so she can rest after kind of getting stabbed.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was stabbed too. And so
Yeah,
this
that was
council,
bad.
this council, is wanting to know what the heck's going on. So your decision basically is, Findel is not a great orator, and he is asking for your advice as to going forward. So he's basically going to present you with how he can say something or moving forward, and you guys need to basically help him make a decision one way or another.
Okay.
So your first basic decision is the entire truth of what went on down there, or frame it differently, and possibly, you know, make it look better for his mother and Lord Pier, or not.
Would that
The council have, after hearing what little things they've gotten, Destra is basically has 2 guards on either side of her, and Lord
I-
Pier is not there. He's still healing, but a guard is at the ready to get him if needed.
Man, y'all. I believe in the truth, right? But I really do, and now I hate that I'm going to say this. I really do think that they were just trying to do what they thought was right, what they thought was best, right? Like what they under their ideas, right, were trying to protect the city and save the city. And this is how they had been saving the city for years, for decades, maybe even centuries. And while we can't go back and erase those deaths, I feel like we also can't ignore the fact that they were trying to keep the city going too. Like, I don't think that they deserve like a harsh truth, if that makes sense. I think the truth should still be told.
Should we tell them about the room with the bodies, or no?
Shit.
I think what we should do is we should be honest about what we saw. And I mean about everything that we saw. However, like Izzy said, we should also mention that this has been the tradition. It seems like, as much as it's a bad tradition, this has been kind of the way of life that they were taught since the city was created. And so breaking the cycle is a difficult thing to do. So they believed it was their only thing, like their only way to continue. But this is the harsh truth of what happened, and it's not necessarily the best choice that could have been made, that they were continuing on this cycle of sacrifice, but that they believed that they had a good reason for it.
Yeah.
But I feel like
I am afraid.
it's only going to be bad if we hide things. So
Yeah,
I
no,
am
yeah.
100% up for the brutal 100% honesty.
Okay.
But at the same time, will it not create some form of anarchy? Maybe it will happen because we will tell them they have been killing people for years under the tree and not sacrifice
Well,
themselves.
we also don't know how much this council knows about that. Right? Like,
So how much of truth are we tell?
I think we tell all of it, like Fee said, but make sure we add in that caveat of that they were just following tradition too. Like you can't dismantle a system if you're only going to punish the people who are participating in the system. Like you've got to give people a chance to grow past their mistakes.
Because
So here's to throw it out, and I know I love all your discussion. I actually really do, and I find it interesting how you're framing everything. But a great way to frame this is you're looking at capital murder versus manslaughter.
No. I don't think they got like in my head that like I feel like it's more manslaughter. But I don't know. I see both sides.
I
Yeah.
I understand the manslaughter, but at the same time, they've known what they were doing.
Yeah.
Manslaughter is usually like an accident.
Yeah, that's true.
This is literally premeditated.
Okay,
Like they knew what they were doing. So
I need Fee. And Mina, where do you fall?
I'm torn.
Okay,
I'm
I
super
need all
torn.
three of you to give me a. Let's do charisma again.
crap.
9. 9 Busta Rhyme.
9.
9. Yeah.
Ooh,
Findel.
it's a good thing I'm torn. I'm not convincing anyone.
Well,
That's what I'm
I did this.
torn.
I did this in my head, kind of what it was gonna be. Findel listens to all of your arguments, and he nods. He then approaches the council and he tells the truth. He says how they ended up where they were and what they found. He tells the truth about the the room that they found, who they were taking, how they were taking them, and how long it's been going on. He does mention that his own mother, was influenced by texts he had from her ancestor and tomes and advice that were passed down. Um, he also admits that it's only quote unquote ramped up in the last 30 years or last few weeks, but has been slow, steady in the last 30 years. Not that that makes it any better. And he does explain that who they took were not well-known people, but they were still citizens nevertheless. He does not sugarcoat it very much at all. He tells the truth, lays it out. It kind of seems to pain him, but he is still quite angry a little bit from Opal being hurt, as well as his mother hiding this from him. The council seems concerned and very taken aback. There are a few magic users there that can use Zone of Truth, so the idea that somebody's going to lie about this stuff, especially in front of them, is very, very minimal. That's why Destra's not putting up much of a fight. She was a noblewoman. She's not much of a magic user or anything like that. So in front of them, she's not going to lie or deny right now. But lets her son speak. Findel does the best he can, but again, he tells the truth in all of its unfortunate detail, and gives his mother a little leeway, and Lord Pure a little leeway because he seems to be kind of a how do I say this delicately? Follower, which is funny because he's a leader, but the council looks quite put out. There is a mix here. You do see in your perception, you do see that some of the nobles look like they could kind of understand it. However, they're not heartless, especially the high priest. He looks very, very disappointed, very put out, especially when he learns that those that were taken were from the poorer part of the city, or those that were deemed, undesirable, that kind of thing. And then the council then asks those that were involved at the end, what would you suggest we do going forward? Do you believe these actions make it so that we should consider a new ruler, as well as a new division of power? There's murmuring against among the council, who of course are, nobles and have a good chunk of the power. However, the high priest is not one that you can really go against. And Findel, not expecting this question at all, looks back to you three, wondering, do we keep it the same way, or do we suggest a new form of ruling?
I think you need more transparency. than anything else. Like, you've got to trust the people you're leading. That's how roots rot. It's when people stop trusting each other and being honest and trusting people with that honesty. At least that's what I think. So,
So more representation.
yeah,
or
like
just
look at
more
who you
news.
look
We
at
can
who
do
you've
more
surrounded.
pamphlets. I mean, we have
No,
a whole square.
no, look at who's in this room.
How many pamphlets are
Look at who's in this room.
Exactly.
When we spoke to the people outside, they could all absorb and handle the information that Findel gave them. But look at who we have in this room. There's just the upper class. You've got to have more than that.
You need to
Especially,
have
yeah.
people that have experience from all walks of life, because if you're making a decision that's going to impact a certain demographic without having input from that demographic, then it's only going to cause strife and more suffering and pain and distaste amongst the people.
You could even move to a system where nobody knows who's really in charge. Like, don't, and like, almost if the people who were in charge were masked. And
That kind of
Like a
seems rather
shadow
creepy.
council.
No, well, I don't know. I'm thinking of personally, like, what I'm thinking of, like, outside of Izzy's head right now is how Waterdeep has masked lords. But maybe not. No, because if transparency is what we're looking for, right?
So I think
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Yeah.
he is
Yeah.
Masked rulers, transparency. They don't
Yeah, that's not
quite
right.
sit
Yeah.
on the same
No.
level.
I think that more
It's a
transparency,
good thought.
more
we do have a communist party. We don't know how they
Oh,
came
God.
about, but we are there.
hell yeah. Um, I think aside from like upheaving your entire governmental system, which wasn't the real intent, I think the first thing we should really do is honor oh shit, I don't want to say his name wrong. Relixen. Yeah, I think we should honor Relixen with like a full religious funeral and lay him to rest in a way that he deserves. It
And
was
being honest about who he was, not inflating him as some noble.
I think
He
that
was a
that's
guy who was willing to do the hard work.
and the people who ran out on that as well.
So you're down to the decision that you have to make is: do you believe that Destra and Pier should be basically stripped of their titles and power, or and you know and that means basically because they're the um, descendants that are left over. So basically taken from their seat because of it's one of their punishments, and possibly putting more people on the council from other parts of the city, or full on dissolving the council, even though there might be some backlash from that. But if the high priest says it, there's not a lot of things they can do.
I think. Oh, go ahead.
I think that the two in question should step down. Maybe not necessarily be stripped of everything, but they should step down, like maybe like an abdication kind of thing, and let let their descendants step into the role so that they have a new viewpoint on it. Make a more even council so that you have viewpoints from every part and every walk of life,
I think
and
too
just
that
kind of make sure that everyone is represented.
and I also think that the Dextra and Pierce, yeah, I was gonna say Pierre, that wasn't
Pierre.
right. Pierce,
It is Pier, PYR.
Pierre, nice. Should Maybe spend some time with the people they were so willing to
Sacrifice.
sacrifice. Yeah, like
Community service.
community service. Hell yeah! Not
Yeah.
just for kids, students who light their scholar council people's robes on fire.
Go pick up discarded pamphlets in the square.
Mhm.
Oh god, that's a task that never ends.
And
Sisyphean task.
you have to wear those really stupid
Orange
orange
vests. Yeah.
vest
Oh god.
Nothing makes
With
them
the
look
little-
good.
Gang.
with the little
Don't even
pokey stick.
try. Yeah,
The little
exactly.
pokey stick. Yes.
So Findel faces the council and he says, "We do not want to dissolve all that is built here and the roots that which we stand. We would like representation among the council that is more diverse and represents more of the city." Um, and he explains that he himself has a goddaughter that is a half elf, and with the growing merchants as well as the people who moved here, there needs to be more people that represent more of the population than there was before, and that their ancestors should not have the sway that they have. Um, though they want to honor them, it does not mean they need to venerate them as gods and the end all be all of law. He glances at his mother and says, and the two transgressors are to do community service among the square, the propaganda square, and pick up pamphlets and read them to the masses.
I like it. It's honestly
Be
a
given.
little sadistic in a way.
Yeah.
Dester looks extremely pale. It's just- there's millions of them.
You've got a lot of time.
Yeah, it won't be forever. Like maybe 6 months.
And
Or 6 years.
Yeah,
What's
I like
that
that
in
one.
the life of an elf?
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
you are
Maybe we
so-
should do
you guys-
60 years.
you guys are way too nice to two people that ritualistically sacrificed people on a weekly basis.
600? No, that's almost her whole life. 100 years.
The council nods, and they agree that they will adopt more people into the council that represent. Findel says he will help them find those people, for with his work through the church, the temple, and on the streets, he has a little bit of connections. But there are others that they can talk to. And the council then brings up the bones that you guys are carrying, and says,
Oh, yeah.
and asks what should be done from with Rolixen, since you said you left the seed, but you brought him back, hoping to calm his spirit.
Yeah.
They do mention that the star still shines, which is a representation of his spirit. And they ask what is to be done with the body.
Priest boy.
Bones.
Or high lord priest dude. I don't know how to address you exactly,
The
so I
high
hope you won't
priest.
hold that against me. But is there
Leans
what's
over
like
the table looking at you.
what's like a really like really dope funeral service we could give the person who sacrificed the most for your entire city?
The high priest thinks for a moment, and then he says they would be venerated throughout the city with a parade, and then the best way, I believe, of soothing a angry soul that has done so much for us would be to entomb him below the star, which is a piece of his soul, basically. So within the tower.
And fireworks, right?
I guess we could make fireworks happen. We're not. Our city is very flammable. I'm not entirely sure fireworks is
Do they not have
We
like
can try and make
magical
it happen.
magical sparkulars?
Yes, we are magic users. We can make it happen.
Yeah,
I
some presto,
believe we
man.
can do
Get
that.
some presto people on this. Okay, yeah, no, that
And at least
sounds.
some like floating
We
lanterns
can
that look
organize a
like
parade.
yeah,
Yes, this is a great
and
plan.
a festival
Oh,
to
yes,
honor his sacrifice.
I like that. Wait to come up with new drinking songs about Relixin.
Oh, dear.
Findel lays out the plan basically for a parade, a commemorated day, as well as a new pop-up book to explain to children the sacrifice
Yay!
that
Can
was
we
made
a
for the
signed
people.
copy from Mina?
Please.
So they make plans for this. They do, however, pause, and they become quite serious. And they look to Findel, and they ask, "Would you advise we tell the people the state of the tree?"
I think you should wait to do that until after the party. And the reason for that is because, like, I'm hoping, and High Priest Lord Buddy Dude can maybe even tell, High Priest
Oh,
Daddy
goodness.
can maybe tell us, right?
Priest Daddy.
Yeah, Priest Daddy can maybe
Hey.
tell. I feel like this is the closest I've come to religion in a minute, so we should really embrace that. Um, can like tell us if it went good or if we've got more things to worry about. But right now, I feel like the best way to keep that positive energy flowing, that juice going, is to just get everybody fucking hyped up about this great thing we're gonna do. So that way, we've got like the most like positive juice to sprinkle all over these bones and hopefully lay that
Ew.
Also,
to rest.
and also considering the situation, we don't necessarily know what effects are going to happen to the tree.
Yeah.
So perhaps giving Relixian the honors and the attention that he deserves could maybe make sure that the tree is cared for with the slow, consistent maintenance and love that that the spell was originally supposed to do.
Yeah. Ooh, what if it's like a month? No, that's too long. Week-long party at least.
Oh, that's quite a long
The council takes into your advice, and they nod. They said, "Well, then, let us prepare quickly for a proper feast and party for Lord Relixin, and disseminate the news. Guards, once Lord Pier is awake, you are to tell him of his sentence, and fit Lord Pier and Lady Destra with orange accoutrement to
And prepare a good abdication speech for the king.
Oh, he's not a king, but yeah.
Whatever. The guy that I
Yeah.
accidentally killed and brought back to life. Shut up.
And upcoming elections for council members. Findel looks extremely relieved. As you are dismissed for now, there's things that need to get underway before more finer details can be made. It's kind of important to get this spirit appeased, maybe with the parade and the funeral rites, to make sure that the tree is safe. So this needs to be done a lot faster than just about anything else. It looks like Destra and Pier will be thoroughly watched, so it doesn't look like they're going to be able to escape to some kind of, freedom or asylum anytime soon.
Opal's still okay in her room.
What? Yeah,
Oh.
Opal is fine. In fact, afterwards, you do
I
meet up
hesitate
with
leaving her alone anymore.
Yeah.
Last time we did that, we got kidnapped.
Yeah, don't trust her. She's very
In
Daphne-ish.
fact, when you meet up with her, she is well rested, and she said, "Well, this is far beyond what I expected to happen. I kind of gained a father, though not a biological father. It's a piece of my past that I was looking for. So I guess you held up your end of the bargain, and I guess I can start working on your ship."
Oh shit, yeah. That's why we did all this.
Yeah,
Man.
why she?
And Findel steps forward. He goes, "And I believe now that I have with my mother in an orange jumpsuit, she will not have as much power over the family, and my father being a pushover, will not have as much power as before, and I have access to my family's funds, and so I believe it's the least I can do is to provide funds for your ship's transformation, as well as the money needed to give Opal all the help she needs to get it done in a timely manner. In the
Nice.
meantime, I must see to things and especially speak to my sisters who are not within the city. But I ask you to stay, and
Party.
you are going to stay for the week-long party parade, whatever we decide.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Maybe we'll get a new
All week?
And perhaps you would like to rest and gather yourselves before we.
Holy shit, guys, we get to sleep in a palace.
And he, with the guards, they do show you some guest rooms with lovely sleeping quarters, baths and that kind of thing to get dressed and rest up. But you also have some free time until said party, and you guys have some other things that you can do, as well as items you can deal with in the meantime. So Opal goes off with money and help to start working on your ship. So you are kind of landlocked for a little while if you wanted to go anywhere, until she tells you she is done. But you have stuff that you can do. So what would you guys like to do?
What?
First thing,
I want to turn to them going, are we sure that we can stay for an entire week?
I don't know.
If,
I think
if
that
the
we're gonna.
capital's possibly on its way?
We could stay for like the first day at least. Like the opening ceremony is probably like the best part.
By the way, did you guys tell? Really quick question. Did you guys tell Opal and Findel about any of the stuff that happened before you got here?
I feel like we
I
should
don't think we did.
tell them now.
well, I can't remember if we mentioned anything to Opal before she got kidnapped. I
No.
can't remember
We didn't.
if we
No,
had said anything.
we left her out of it.
I'm very. We've
Uh,
been very tight-lipped about that, but I feel like we can trust, or Findel knows us now well enough to know where our intentions are, right? So I feel like
Yeah.
we can maybe like trust them with this information now as a way to make it so that we can maybe not miss the whole party, but like maybe half of it.
So as you remember, as I told you before, is the city is not a different country. It is technically still part of this country and falls under the crown. It just kind of doesn't acknowledge the crown too much. Sam, what's the fucking city in Spain? Is it Barcelona? No, it's
The one that I lived in?
no. Remember the city that doesn't like the country it's in and wants to kind of be its own separate thing?
Are you talking
Oh.
about Catalan?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Catalonia.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
Catalonia is the whole province that Barcelona's in. It's Catalonia. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little bit on the edge of that. It's like they're not full on. They're gonna fight the country to have its own independence. It's just they don't like to recognize the crown too much,
Oh.
and they like to
Like
remain on their own
Texas.
for a little bit. That's why they have the Lord and the High Priest.
Like Texas.
Like
Yeah,
Texas.
sure, Texas. But they're not gonna fight the crown because the crown has a lot more power than they do.
No, yeah, but they could like I
Yeah.
feel like at least that way, even if shit does go really south, I don't want to ruin this idea we've built up about telling the truth, right?
Right.
To probably tell the
So
truth.
I was just letting
still.
you know that's a kind of that's why you don't see the town does not have a lot of royal guards. There might be like a small embassy type thing that corresponds with the capital a lot, but otherwise there's not a huge presence of the capital here. So so you're telling Findel basically.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
'Cause I feel like we should tell him. But my also fear is that if the capital comes looking for us, and they use like Zone of Truth or something like that on him, like I'm scared of giving out too much information. Even though I know we just said be honest with your people and stuff like that. In our situation, though, I'm scared of them being put in danger and in trouble because of their association with us.
there's
'cause the
ways to
kingdom
get
doesn't
around
like us.
There's ways to get around Zone of Truth too, as well. You just can't.
Yeah, you have to roll for it, and I was just using that as an kind of not metaphor,
Well, no, I'm
but
even
like
saying,
an
like,
example among the
to
council.
what she's saying too. Like, you, even if you fail a check, like, you can say, you can be vague and still tell the truth.
And you get the feeling Findel, though he wouldn't like it wouldn't really come to that. You can get the feeling, or at least from what you've told Findel, he kind of gets that your past is shady, and he'd at least disguise you. He wouldn't just lead people to you.
Yeah.
So if the capital showed up, he has enough power now that he could at least give you fair warning, or at least keep you out of sight. It's a very big city.
It's true. That's true. And sometimes 3-hour tours can become extended stays.
All right, Gilligan.
I think we should just tell him all of it.
Okay.
Okay. So you managed to pin down Findel at some point, who looks extremely busy. Um, he's actually not in the like monk's robes and stuff like that he was in before. He's in something a little bit more official.
Ooh.
He's been going around the palace, kind of gaining confidence over the last day or so.
Look at you.
And
Aw.
he blushes. And
Grown up.
you tell him about the last few days, or the last few weeks, I should say, month almost. I think it's at a month now. And
What a fucking month.
looks extremely surprised, and had never guessed something like that. But with your guys' luck, he's not surprised in that respect. And he says, "Well, if the capital's kind of been a thorn in our sides, plant humor, for a while, and so if they do come, you've already proven that you're good people. I don't know why they would suspect you of something foul. If they come, I will let you know, and I will make sure they do not find you. There are many ins and outs to the city, and now with the council filled to burst with people who know more about the city, we'll have even more information soon. And if we need to sneak you out at some point, I can facilitate that."
Thanks for, like, trusting us so far. And again, thanks for, like, coming back after I feel like I probably scared the shit out of you that first day.
Oh, yes, you did. In the temple, it was a little alarming. Not a lot of people talk to me when I'm in there. But thank you. No, that's wonderful. Okay, cool. He also seems to pause after listening to your story, and he says, "So, this queen was a month ago beheaded, and you say that you've run into other things, like that something happened in the graveyard?"
Yeah, it's been, like, popping off lately.
Oh, very interesting. I will have to think on this. But you
Wait.
should go and
Wait. Didn't we establish too that, like, the sacrifices to the tree also increased have been for about a month?
Mm-hmm.
according to my mother, their frequency was demanded about a month ago.
That's too many coinky dinks. Right? Like, queen a month ago, tree a month ago.
I'm
100%.
not entirely sure what a coinky dink is, but
Okay. Oh, coincident. My bad. Sorry.
a
Coincidence.
my
Words.
colloquial language is minimal. Yes, it seems concerning, and she did also say that the sacrifices began, or she and Peer had to begin their dirty work, about 3 or so decades ago.
Was that when the queen first, like, came into power? The old queen came into power?
I believe so, yes.
Connection. I'm jotting that down in my journal because I don't have a memory.
But you should rest your head for now. Do not worry about the if the crown shows up, I will alert you and but I will make sure you get to go to the party. There will be many people here. We'll be able to hide you.
You're not gonna. Now listen, everybody in the city has to participate in the party. Like, you're not just gonna be stuck doing all work. Like, you need to have fun too, otherwise the magic might not work.
Oh, I will find time to have a drink.
Pinky promise?
And figure out how fireworks will work among all of the tree branches.
I'm telling you, just like harmless sparkles. Like, you even do like glitter. What if you just did glitter like glitter like confetti? Like paper glitter confetti.
You were
That's-
about to
Yes, and
say
then make
glitter
my
bomb,
mother
weren't
heat up.
you?
What?
You were about to say glitter bomb, weren't you?
It's an idea, a concept I'm working on.
He jots these
Yeah, they don't
down.
exist yet, and Izzy's gonna create them.
He jots these ideas down as he's walking away, like he needs to get on to his next meeting.
No.
And you guys have for the next couple days, you have free time to either get ready for the party, deal with the items that you got, do investigate the other things you came here to investigate, check up on people, whatever you want to do. What you guys want to do?
Didn't we need to figure out
mean,
the
we still-
dagger?
Yeah, so we still need to find that one guy to talk about the dagger.
Yes, you did. You presented the dagger to the blacksmith shop, who told you that a not so reliable blacksmith named Wexen made it. And he was often seen drinking at a bar called the Dead Branch.
Okay. And then I want to put like some coded messages in the mail for my father and Peter if I can. Just to
Your father and Peter?
yeah, it's not like set two separate messages, but they're both coded
Okay.
with a code that I've used before in the past that they're aware of, especially Dad. Peter might not get it as much. I hope
Peter
he figures
wouldn't
it
get
out.
it.
Yeah.
Her letter to Peter says, I still love you. It doesn't matter that I'm traveling the country seeing gorgeous men and running into this one guy
And
who I
women.
keep playing gambling games with.
He
I
cheats at
still
cards.
love you.
You can't tell me he's not cheating at cards. No way someone's that lucky 20 times in a row. He's cheating at the cards.
No shit!
That's fair.
And yet you keep playing with him.
He's funny. That's not a lot of gold.
This is because they are in love and they are meant to be together forever.
Mina, no. Don't
Oh
encourage
yes,
this.
very much.
Don't
Very much. I
encourage
notice
this.
every time. I encourage very strong.
So probably need to go head to the Dead Branch at some point, right?
I would say so, because we need to figure out that before we have to escape the city because the capital is coming. So I think that should be our top priority now, is figuring out what about the dagger. That way, when we do have to run because the capital is coming, we've already got that taken care of.
Yeah, and
It's
we
not
also
on our, oh
need to,
shit, we
like,
still need to do this list.
we also need to like intermittently party as well for the magic to work.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can like take a shot, investigate. Take a shot, investigate.
Take a shot while we investigate. Because
Hey!
we're literally going to a pub.
Oh, that's true. We'll blend in. Oh, here are my notes about, yeah, Dead Branch. Inside, oh my gosh. I wrote inside Dumbass's hovel. What does this
Oh.
mean? What does this mean?
The two guys that you tied into a pretzel?
No, that's something else. Partially burnt letter. Pretty cursive, half elf, pink boat, purple sails. I am on boat. Third month for dumbasses.
I
Your
am on
notes are
boat.
Interesting.
I can't decipher the ancient texts. Anyway,
So you guys heading to the bar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. I was
Okay.
trying to like
No, you're fine.
figure out what
So
the
you guys
hell.
are directed to the kind of the wilted part. This was before you guys went down there. This is part of a tree that's always kind of been in this like kind of wilted or withered part of the tree. It still holds things up, but like things aren't as green and vibrant as the rest of the city. Um, it's an inn and tavern in this darker part of town. You guys did pass it when you guys were chasing those two that you tied into a pretzel naked. Um,
Are
it,
they still there?
no, they're
They
Okay,
would have
good.
been
They-
found. They were on an obvious dock.
I'm not sure.
I hope
Um,
so.
You enter this bar. You can immediately tell that the customers here are of a lower class. They're kind of maybe part of a seedy underbelly, and they don't look extremely happy to see newcomers here or strangers here.
I feel so at home.
But there is a bartender behind the bar who gives you an eye and waits patiently.
How much would a round for everyone cost?
Everyone in the group or everyone in the bar?
I was thinking everyone in the bar. We're trying to get spirits up. These people look abysmal. That's not going to help the magic. Haven't y'all heard of the great hero Relixin?
Are you gonna buy a drink or what?
Rounds for everyone.
There is like a sedate cheer from the other people who.
Oh, that will pick up.
And it costs you about 5 gold.
Oh, yeah.
He passes out ale to everybody. Uh, the ale is questionable in color, and eyes you up, and then he asks the question that he has to ask: "What are you doing in this part of town?"
Drinking.
Drinking, just drinking.
Do you not like business? Is that what this is about?
I like business. I don't like
Perfect.
snoops.
Can you mind your own?
He shrugs his shoulders and moves off. Probably the only person that works here that knows where Wexen lives.
Oh, shit. Well, what were the odds that he was going to help us with that anyway?
Oh, you haven't. There's like other drunkards in the bar, but the bartender would be the one that's there every night.
Yeah. What do we know about Wexen besides the fact that he's, shit. Fee, save me from myself. I don't think you were with me when I was talking to the bartender.
Okay. First thing I'm going to do is after you get our drinks, I'm gonna ritual cast purify food and drink just because it looks a little
You saw a cockroach crawl around the bar?
sketchy. So take 10 minutes to just kind of chat with you while I'm like making sure that I don't get sick. Making sure to bring this to attention of Findel. We should probably make sure that everyone has like a similar health code. But then I guess I can shapeshift and go talk to someone. Maybe talk to the bartender. So I think that is what I shall do. I will change to look kind of, I guess, just kind of standard elf.
Standard
Maybe
seedy elf, so you blend.
maybe half elf-ish. So that I blend in. And then walk up to the bartender and say, if I'm trying to find someone, can you help?
He looks to you and looks you up and down, kind of squints a little bit. I can help depending on what you need and what it's worth to you.
I'm just trying to find someone from a blacksmith shop to take up some questions regarding a blade that they handled.
You're looking for somebody who makes blades? This is not a blacksmith shop, sweetie.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, sweetheart, like sweet cheeks. I went to the blacksmith and they said I needed to talk to Wexen. They said he hangs out here. I just need to know where to find him.
What's it worth to you?
What do you want for it?
I think there's really only one language I would speak.
Yeah, I figured. How much?
I think it'll cost you about 30 gold.
30.
Around for your entire bar just cost 5.
Do you want me to up it?
Oh, we can split the cost after. Like I'll give 10.
Fine. But if this doesn't help me, you might see me again.
Give me an intimidation check.
Oh god, that's not gonna do well.
Yeah, we'll make sure there's 100% customer satisfaction. Or our money back.
He chuckles and says, 30 gold.
All right.
Can
here.
I was I close enough to like kind of would have overheard this?
Probably. The bar's not huge.
Can I slam my
busy.
drink down and say, "Why don't you tell the lady what she wants to know and we won't have any problems?"
Give me an intimidation check.
Fuck us. Okay.
He chuckles again and goes, 35.
I already gave you the 30. Ignore my drunk ass friend.
He takes the gold and says, you're looking for Wexen, aren't you?
Yes, I already said his name.
Yeah. The drunken sod gets taken home almost every other week by me. He's not far from here. He's in the little hut about three streets down. Can't miss it. It's got a stupid anvil out front.
Okay. And then I'm gonna walk away.
Let's go.
So yeah, he doesn't do anything. He's a bartender. Takes the gold, so minus 30 gold there.
I'll take 10 from mine. Wait, did we have party gold still? So maybe we just take it from the party gold.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay.
I think you're the one in charge of party gold.
I was, yeah. So we all make mistakes. So we're to 119 party gold.
Okay.
Oh, my note to myself underneath party gold is become filthy rich equals new goal.
You guys also have items you can sell.
Yeah. We do?
Yeah, remember Mina and Fee, I believe, both got a hold of stuff that they didn't have to use.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
I
refeed
think
items.
you're the only one who got potions that you can possibly use.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wrote that down.
Well,
in
and
my
then
notes.
what's his butt? The gambling guy also gave me an orb of water with a clockwork goldfish in it.
That's cute. Oh, it was a longsword. No, potion of animal friendship, piece of mithril armor, potion of growth, hill giant
Oh, yeah.
strength, and resistance.
Yeah, you have a few different things.
I've got the wand of magic missiles, the wand of war mage, which is +1, and then the stone of good luck.
Which I think we gave.
Which I
Yeah, you kept. So
keep that.
because your rolls were kind of garbage.
Good.
I have a bunch of
To remember
long
that I have
swords.
that. You have so many swords.
I
Yeah,
have too many long swords. I can't count how many long swords I have.
they're all
Like a
strapped to
sword
your back.
peacock.
Yeah, I was gonna say all strapped to her back like a traveling iron throne.
Yes. I can't tell if I have 4 or if I have 3 or if I have like 8.
Too many.
I know somebody wrote it down, and it wasn't.
I did.
I
It
think I
was
have 4.
no. It was a.
It looks
You
like
had
I
a.
have 4 long swords in total.
I thought you had like they were +2 longs. One was a +2 longsword, and the other was a +2 javelin.
So I got 2 +2 long swords and 2 +2 javelins.
Hmm.
Because I think I rolled the same number twice or something.
Yeah.
With the. Yeah. So on top of the things I already had. So I have those.
I'm gonna add my new wands to my inventory.
So yeah, you guys leave the bar. What do you guys want to do?
Just
What is
find the house, I guess.
Yeah.
So the bartender said he's in a house about 3 streets over with an anvil out front.
Start looking around.
All right, so you guys head over. You manage to find there's like this old anvil that looks like it's kind of beat to shit, like he might have salvaged it somehow. Out front of this hut that is like many other places around here. This kind of this dead part of the tree, not in the best condition. And that's yeah, you find his house.
We'll probably like we can just knock on the door, don't you guys think?
Probably.
Let's do it.
You knock on the door, and there is no answer.
I tried the door handle.
It is open.
Oh, wear gloves. Wear gloves. Wear gloves. Puts on a pair of gloves.
You hear a Who song in the background start to
Oh
play.
God!
Listen, we're caught up in a lot of shit. Let's not add like suspect in a crime scene to the list. Is all I'm saying. Okay.
And it's valid.
Yeah.
Funny you should say that. You open the door, and Wexen is dead and on the ground.
Ah, shit.
Wait. Is this like a clever little joke or is this real?
No, you open the door and there is disrepair and chaos all around. There are some papers scattered about. There's blacksmith tools broken or dented. There is things are turned over. Things are being looks like things have been looked for. It's been ransacked, and in the middle of it all, Wexen lays dead. He's an elf who wears, not great clothing. He looks like he might have been roughed up as well, but it's kind of hard to tell. It looks like he's been dead for a little while. At least since you did know that the blacksmith said he was supposed to be at work for the last 3 days, and he's been gone. And so, yeah.
Okay.
Ah, crap.
Does anybody have Speak with Dead?
Nope.
I don't think so. Hold on, let me check. I don't remember my spells ever.
I don't have any magic powers.
I have Speak with Animals.
Cool.
That doesn't help.
Is there
I
any?
have-
Is there
I have
a squirrel
Toll the
nearby
Dead.
who saw all this?
There might be.
Actually,
Who knows?
Can we investigate and see if we
Yeah,
see a
everybody
rogue
give me
squirrel?
Everybody give me an investigate roll.
18.
Are you gonna specifically look for a squirrel
Holy
inside of a
shit.
house?
Whoa.
Or like a mouse.
Yeah, mice.
So Izzy, you're going to use your investigation roll to look for an animal.
Yeah.
No. Not what? No.
Yes, I
Don't
am.
waste it.
Why am I
Oh
not?
my god.
What are you talking about? I'll just roll again. I have a +8 to investigation.
Oh, okay, great.
It's something I do good.
Don't
Yeah,
jinx yourself.
That's
the
true.
body's been dead for a while, so you do see, even though you scared them away, you do see some rats skittering about.
Mina. Squeaking.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's a
is
plan.
I talk rat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to the rat. Yeah, I want to talk to the rat.
Okay, so you manage
Speak with
to-
animals.
So, including whatever they have perceived or have perceived within the last day.
Fuck.
Yeah. So hopefully he
No.
died. Does it look like he died within the
No,
last day?
it looks
Is
like
the
he's
blood
been
fresh?
dead for a
3
minute.
days.
Yeah, maybe this plan isn't gonna
Oh.
work. Never mind.
Shit. Well, we
I
can
mean,
still
it's-
try.
Okay, so you get the attention of this rat, who's very alarmed, but you manage to calm him down with the speak with animals. He's got
Yeah.
blood on his paws. Um, so
Oh,
Did
he
the
lifts
rat
up
do
his-
it?
Well, no, they've been eating the corpse.
Yeah. Beautiful.
That's what rats do.
Yeah.
Circle of life.
Jesus.
It's the circle.
Rat looks up and
This is what the rats do.
hello,
Hello.
food.
Um,
Food.
I can give you food if you give me answers.
Oh.
Is deal?
Answers. What do you want? What?
You see this dead person?
Yes, he's yummy. What?
How did he die? How did he die?
How did he die?
Oh my god, just imagining like that
How
scene
did
in
he
the
die?
Aristocats with the creme de la Edgar, and the little rat is just like nibbling on a finger. Delicious.
I don't know. Probably one other big things. They make him dead.
You
Food.
did not see it?
Big things.
No,
Big
did you
people.
see it?
People. You kill him maybe? No.
I did not.
No, you didn't. You didn't kill
You
him.
killed That was
Other people.
No.
Other people kill him. Big things.
Uh-huh.
Two big things. They come in. They make him food, and I enjoy food now. He kind of like tries to scoot towards the body again.
I take a crumb of something from my pocket and I just like throw it in the farthest corner.
He goes over.
There, go eat that.
Okay, I eat this, but I go back to food. Yum meat
Uh-huh.
body.
Goodbye.
Big things
Oh
look
my
like
God.
him that make
Oh.
him dead.
Like so other elves.
Okay, so there you did see something.
Food.
I love this rat. Little
Okay,
rat boy.
goodbye.
I want to figure out like a transfiguration spell and turn this little
my
rat
God.
into a real boy and just bring him everywhere and introduce him to all the foods in the world. I have a plan when we come back. Okay.
Make ratatouille.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Oh my God.
Add
Yep,
next to
that's exactly
become
what's happening.
filthy rich. Make ratatouille. Okay.
So you get from the rat that he
Or rat
saw
Nokia, would that technically be it?
He was
Turn
killed
a
by
rat to a real
he
boy.
was killed by two people.
Two people
Two
who came
people.
in and
Yes.
made him dead, made him food.
Okay. Well, that's
made him into food.
all right.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Food,
put on
food,
my
food. And for the next
Not
10
that
minutes, you just
helpful.
hear food.
I'm gonna like
Food?
put on my
Food?
sunglasses and say, "Looks like it's chow time," and
Who
roll
plays in a
investigation.
background and they put a yellow, like an
roll
orange filter.
charisma for David Caruso.
18.
Impersonation.
Horatio Kane.
Horatio Kane impersonation.
18.
You are suddenly a ginger
Wow.
who's much shorter.
I'm standing in the
and-
background with a boombox playing the theme song for CSI Miami while putting an orange filter over the light.
Yeah.
So everything looks orange.
Congrats, we've devolved to CSI humor.
Slippery
Alright,
slope.
and
Slippery slope.
shall we try to investigate again?
Yeah,
since
that's what I was. That's what
Okay.
the setup
Yeah.
was for. My stupid
Yeah.
stupid joke. Okay. A 24.
Holy shit.
I told y'all you didn't need to worry.
God
So you guys
damn.
look around. There's not a lot. He didn't have a lot of like the other people in this area. He was a little bit on the poor side. However, there are some letters left behind. They have been ripped up or burnt. Somebody might have tried to dispose of this evidence. But you do find snippets that maybe the people missed or didn't deem important. and you do manage to grasp some bits and pieces. Uh, from the scraps you can find, you find a letter, or what looks like the remains of a letter, and it says, he knows, they know, what do I do? Cousin, I need to come stay with you in, and then it's cut off. And you see another letter that at the end just says, the classmen.
The classmen?
Classmen. Who the fuck they?
It's too bad there's not like a tree registry.
THC.
What?
Mm.
Oh, the classmen.
I hate when I accidentally capitalize the H.
Yeah.
THC a clue.
Damn it.
We've solved the riddle.
We solved it, guys. THC killed the queen, y'all. Solved the thing.
We did it. We did it.
I
We
was
solved.
just like,
We did.
okay, this is silly, and then you mentioned the queen, and I was like, what the? Oh my god, I'm pretty sure she was just old.
Oh, good. Not that queen.
Yeah, the other queen.
Queen
For those of
Elizabeth
you who are listening to
II.
this far into the future, Queen Elizabeth did recently die, but we are not talking
I
about
am an
her.
Anglophile.
But Trisha Paytas is going to rebirth the queen as her baby. I don't know if you've heard.
What?
But the queen will be reborn as Trisha Paytas' baby.
Some
What they're doing is
Rosemary's
pretty
Baby
funny.
bullshit if I've ever heard it.
It's a really funny meme. I
Oh
quite enjoyed it.
Jesus!
Anyway,
All right, so
back to the campaign.
just so we're all aware what's happened recently, we devolved into CSI humor, and then we're making fun of a dead old lady. that's where we're at. That's where we're at this evening.
We're great
Alrighty,
people.
so
I feel
you
like
guys
Leah's
have
just
a
gonna
dead
walk
body,
into the
some
ocean.
clues.
Gotta
Let's
get
do it.
there first.
Basically, yeah.
We're kind of landlocked.
I'll find some
For the
body water.
moment.
The bathtub's on the other side of the wall.
Leah's gonna take she's gonna take a plane just to get to an ocean.
Just so she
Just
can
to
walk into it.
She's gonna pause us and just be like, "This is your fault," and then walk away.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. The reason I was asking because, like, if we could narrow down
Not cool.
who's
Dead body.
no, well, I'm trying to listen. I'm coming back to that. Like, we have that letter that's talking about the cousin. If we knew who this cousin was, maybe we could figure out next steps. See? Not so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Secrets not so hidden.
Yeah. And the classmen. What the hell is that? We've never heard of that before, have we?
No. It's new. I'm nervous. I feel like it's yet another somebody that's gonna end up wanting to kill us at some point.
Can I make a history check to see what I would know, if I would know anything about, like, this classman thing at all?
Yeah, you can try.
Nat 20!
Wow.
Nat 20! Nat 20!
However, history checks are really about what your character would actually know.
I know.
So
Let her have her success.
okay, I will let you have your nat 20.
But it's
and
green.
I will.
But it's
But it's
green.
green.
Yeah, it's green.
Here's what I'll give you. The only thing that would resonate with you with classmen is knowing where you came from and what was so important to that city. The capital in general, was education and scholars.
Oh.
That's the only thing that would
No.
ring a bell with you is people in classrooms. That's the only thing you would know.
Scholar
This is
bastards.
Scholar bastards. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that's
Scholar
connected. I'm just
bastards.
saying that's the only connection you would get.
Mm-hmm.
So
They are always connected.
listen, my original thought behind this whole shindig was that the scholar bastards are the ones who set the queen up, and if they're working through this like underground organization known as the Classmen, right? Right?
Who are you asking? I'm a narrator. I can't give you shit.
No, I was talking to the group.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Oh. We're all just
I
silent.
love me with a dead body.
Oh.
Shit, yeah, we need to get out of this. Well,
Uh-huh.
should we do like a final glance over and then probably get out of this room?
Right,
Yeah.
back to feasting on him.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Asshole.
One final glance
Food,
over.
food.
No. Bed.
13.
Oh, yeah, one more. I'll do another one. It's gonna be bad.
Ooh,
I did better than Izzy.
Yeah. Oh, happy
It's a
day.
miracle. When you believe.
All the copyrights today.
She finds something
Remember?
underneath a pamphlet.
Yeah,
Just-
you find another pamphlet. It's actually for Moradin, who's a dwarf god for some reason.
God.
Something about blacksmithing, I think.
Mm.
It's a glue with the THC.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Now
it
it's a
smells
party.
vaguely of.
Are
I
there
don't know what
any?
a THC smell like.
Are there any pop-up books?
No, actually.
There are no
Oh,
pop-up
yeah.
books. I'm afraid.
Damn.
Sorry.
I have
That's
a
what
pop-up
I
book.
thought she was gonna find, to be honest with you.
THC is
It's
the
either
part that gets
pamphlets
you
or
high
pop-up
in
books.
weed.
I know. It's just I don't know what it would smell like if it was just isolated.
I don't know if it does have a smell by itself.
Would
Yeah,
it
that's
still
fair.
smell like? Yeah, would it just smell like
I
weed
don't
still,
know.
or?
So who's willing to go find out?
I wonder if Daniel knows. He worked in a CBD company.
There you go.
Maybe he
Alrighty.
knows.
So,
I don't know.
so you guys leave the house. I'm guessing. I don't know if you guys are gonna tell anybody about the dead body.
Oh yeah, no, we'll probably tell
You
Findel.
forgot his name, aren't they?
No, I was gonna say Findel, like right, like I don't want to tell the guards myself, be like then
Yeah.
I'll get in trouble, but like Findel's got that hookup, so
Okay. So you guys make your way back. You tell Findel he is a little alarmed, but he sends people to go kind of investigate on their own. Do you tell him about what you found?
oh yeah, well he
It
already
is
knows
a
the other
dead
stuff.
person. We found it dead.
Well, no, more
He's
like
dead.
the he's mentions trying to reach this cousin, and then there's like this thing about this classman, and I think it's connected to the scholar nobles in the capital, this classman thing.
It could be the really. I mean, we have a school here as well, but we're not as concentrated on our education as the capital is. As you, it's the school mostly through the temple, so I would guess that your hunch is more on point than mine would be. I never heard of a person or a group known as the Classmen, so it. But I will have some guards investigate to see if they can find anything else. As to if he has a cousin, uh, we might have records of that somewhere, but I would have to ask someone to go digging, which may take some time.
Okay. And in the meantime, like there's a dead body in that house.
Yes, I gathered that. We'll have him taken care of.
Hey,
It is dead.
how are
There are
you?
rats, and there eats the dead.
Are you holding up okay?
Oh, I am great.
You don't look at like
Your perception check.
I could just tell. That's a 13, but like eesh.
No, he
I'm gonna
is
do
he
one.
is ragged. He admits that the only
Oofy.
like calm point is when he goes and visits Opal at the dock briefly.
Findel,
Mm.
like
Make some
I know we don't know shit about shit, right? But like if you need help, we're I don't know how many times we have to tell you we're here for you.
Well, thank you. But I have good news. My sister is on her way. One of my sisters is on her way. So she will be here soon to help me. And I'm looking forward to her aid in this.
That's great. You gotta keep family close.
So you guys kind of adjourn for the night. You have another night's rest. What do you want to do the next day?
Well, is there still a fucking kraken in the lake?
There technically was one, yeah.
I'm going through my notes and I just
Oh,
saw
yeah.
that and I was like, oh shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was a malformed kraken.
Oh. Yeah, it was crazy.
Um,
It was gonna eat us.
oh, void.
Mhm.
There's a hot spring here.
Yeah.
There's.
Yeah, there's a hot springs like everywhere in this country. So there's that one to
You're
relax.
just giving us too many options for a hot springs episode again.
A silver seed bank. I don't think we need that for anything. I think I want to check in with Priest Daddy and see how those preparations are going for the funeral rites. If they need any help there. I don't know what else we need to do inside the.
Don't you need to offload your stuff?
Oh shit, yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know. I was planning on just holding on to the
Unless
potions.
you want to keep them.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's what I was gonna do. Could be useful. Don't know when, but maybe.
Mina, you want to keep all your swords and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
It makes me look intimidating. Oh my god, can I strap a sword onto Harold?
No, they are too big and heavy for a chicken. I'm
Aw.
sorry.
Harold would look so cool. And it would
Dangerous.
scare
I
people
can't
away
picture
from
a
our boat.
chicken running into somebody's ankles with a blade.
And okay, can I attach a javelin to Harold?
No.
Chicken on a stick. Chicken on a stick.
Actually, while you guys talk, I need to take a break really quick.
Yeah.
So 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. If you
Should I
could stop
press
the
pause
recording,
on the
please.
record? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
All right, we're back. So you guys are gonna keep all your stuff, I guess, and not sell any of it. Alrighty.
For the moment, I can sell it later.
True. Yeah, you can. Little hoarders. So
Fallout taught
video
me
game
one
logic,
thing.
man.
Yeah. Just thinking Fallout taught me one thing. You never
Hoard.
know when you're gonna need super glue.
Alrighty then. Did you want to do anything else today?
Izzy wants to talk to Priest Daddy.
Yeah.
High priest. He is actually at the temple. He is organizing different services, as well as orchestrating some things there. He is still the head of the temple, so he's kind of concentrating on church duties more than anything else.
How's the funeral rites going?
When he has a moment to speak with you, he says it's going very well. The remains are being kept quite safe nearby, and being watched over as well as anointed. And when we have the festival, he will be given his last rites there, and then.
Has the
we will have
star?
our-
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, good. No,
Is the star has it stayed the same? Wattage?
Yeah, we did have somebody go up there and screw it back in a little bit. It's fine.
It starts to flicker.
It has not flickered, as you had mentioned before. However, it has remained that same grayish color. And the aura of magic in the city is still somewhat dulled.
Okay. Is there anything? Probably not, right? But anything you need help with?
No, I'm quite well off right now, so I do not require any help at the moment.
Okay. Well, can't say I didn't check in on you. Holler if you need anything.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, he's like Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay. Walks away.
So you guys spend the day resting. Sorry, what? See what? I thought you said something.
Nope.
So you spend the rest of the day resting. On the third day, you are woken by Findel, who comes in. Oh, sorry, somebody's meowing.
I
Sorry.
think it's your chair
Meow.
squeaking.
Okay. Anyway, um, you're woken by the Findel who comes in. I don't know. Are you guys all sleeping in the same room, or did you guys have separate rooms?
There's I'd say we're all in the same room.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
or Izzy gets up in the middle of the night and like has a little nightmare, has to go crawl into somebody's bed.
Oh,
Oh.
Izzy. Yeah.
Nina's just trancing by the window.
Yep.
So Findel comes in. He wakes you. I'm very sorry. He averts his eyes like some like prudish
Finn,
priest.
you're
I'm very
adorable.
sorry.
We don't
I'm
sleep
very
naked
sorry to wake you.
anymore.
Uh, okay, that's great. The capital is coming. The royal ships. We've seen 3 royal ships. They're in the lake. They're heading this way.
Why?
I got word. My sister was in the capital. I sent word to her. Apparently, she might have also told the capital, and there are people on the way. I don't know who's on the ship, but I know she is, among others. We need to get you
Bananas.
disguised or hidden, or just make yourself scarce for a while.
I think we're out of here then, man. Right? Like, I don't know if there's a way we can stay, so we probably are just gonna have to motor.
Opal is not done with your ship yet.
Fuck!
Is, is there
Oh.
a way that
Look, I can keep you hidden during the whole. They're probably going to want to be a part of the celebration, or at least pay respects or something. I can keep you hidden during that. Uh, Maybe you'll get something out of them, and maybe you'll know where they're gonna go next. I won't
Hmm.
give you up or anything,
It's
but
like an episode of Totally Spies. We're gonna go undercover.
Can you help me look like a disguise? Smile.
Of course, we can get you. There's some robes we can get you that would cover your heads,
I wish there was a way I could look not like I could be taller, just to like. I feel like how many halflings are in this city?
uh, a few, not too many.
probably going to be looking at all of them because they know that one of the people is a half.
We don't know if they've come here for you. We don't even know who's on the ship yet.
But in the
Uh,
case that they have, they're going to know because the people that found us at the market
Yeah.
seemed to have an idea of what some of us looked like. They know that you're a halfling, Easy.
Yeah, I know.
Hmm.
So
What if I walked on
you don't have to worry
stilts?
about me. Have you ever walked on stilts?
It can't be that hard, can it? Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, no, it didn't even sound like it could. How can you? No. And I
we
feel
don't
like
have much time.
no, I don't.
We need to get you into some kind of disguise. It's a big city. We can just make sure you're not seen. But if you do want to listen to them, I know where they're going to be, and then you could just make sure you're not around. Maybe the dog should stay here. JD's on the bed, just his tail
Yeah,
wagging.
just yeah, like that plan. Okay, and then we'll just disguise ourselves as something else.
We can disguise you as servants or nobles, though it may be
No,
difficult.
I think servants is better because people
Mm.
high up don't tend to pay much attention to the little people.
Well, we are aiming to change that. But
Yes.
yes, we know what you mean.
Right now, we probably just need to play into that advantage if we can.
Yeah. So Findel gathers up some servants' outfits for you, and helps you dress in them, and including like those head coverings, that serving ladies will
Mm.
have.
he's
Uh,
gonna shapeshift into
yeah.
like an elf.
So Fee's
If we need to get more information and I need to change to look like someone who, if I need to fit into different social circles, I can.
okay.
So
We will keep
if
that in
that
mind.
is needed,
Is
Um,
there anything that can be done to make me not stand so much?
Anything to make her a little less her skin tone.
do we have makeup?
Unless I just wear a lot of black and then I stay in shadows all the time. Which I can
Fee, don't
do.
you have a
I am
disguise
good
kit?
with shadows.
Uh,
Fee does, I think. Doesn't
Yeah,
she?
I do. So if needed, I
I
can use
can
my
borrow?
disguise. Yeah.
Oh, I can borrow. That is actually really ironic that you, of all people, have a
Yeah,
disguise
I know
kit.
she has a disguise kit,
Yeah.
which is.
I have
In
thieves'
my head, I
tools.
see it. In my head, I see it more as a dress-up trunk of just different clothes,
Mm.
because that's all I need to worry about.
That makes
Yeah.
sense, yeah.
So in my
Yeah.
head, it's just an extra closet.
Mhm.
So you
That
guys
makes
get
sense.
dressed up in these servant outfits and put makeup on, and Findel helps you kind of blend in with the servants. This takes a little bit, but by the time you're done, you do hear that the arriving party has been announced, and the servants are gathered kind of up
Please,
above in like the
not
part.
stupid idiot's brother.
Um, and who walks into the entry area, followed, flanked on either side by royal guards, is not the knight. You see an elf dressed in a one-shouldered robe. Around his waist is a belt of elixirs and tools. He has green tattoos that race up his arms and along his neck, even under his cheekbones and to the points of his ears.
Mm.
Um, Beside him is a female elf that looks a little bit like Findel, very much tall, pretty, long blonde hair, very much like her brother. This is Corliss. This is the sister that was living in the capital and going to the school there. And you hear from the announcement that the one with her is Abernath Travehorn, who's an elf druid, and this is one of the new four Knights of the Purple
Hmm.
Flame. Findel greets them, and from your position, you don't hear too much, except he seems to be explaining what has happened in the last few days, obviously leaving out certain things. Um, and Abernath looks very interested. Um, but as soon as he learns what the plan is, the party and that kind of thing, he raises a brow and he says, I wish to speak to the bones. And Findel looks a little bit taken aback, and he tries not to look towards you guys. Um, but then he
Hmm.
nods, and even though Findel's like, you don't want to rest or anything, and Aberdath shakes and says, no, I wish to speak to the bones now. Um, and Findel says, right, I guess they're this way. And he begins to escort him towards the chapel where the bones are being held. Do you guys want to follow?
Um,
Fuck yeah, I go in the dark. I'm hiding in the
yeah,
dark.
kind of like
On the wall.
as the servants for Vendel, like making it seem
Okay.
like we're his servants.
Okay, so you guys kind of blend in with the crowd. It seems like everybody's kind of interested in this, but Abernath doesn't seem to be bothered by the crowd or the onlookers. So you manage to follow. And they're taken to this small palace chapel where the bones are being held. They're on this long pillow of red velvet, lined in gold, very, very respectful, on display, but um, only for veneration and that kind of thing. And Abernath he approaches, and everybody looks a little concerned as to what this means. And you hear him mutter, and then cast a spell over the bones. And suddenly, the chapel candles flicker, and something like a mist seems to rise from the bones and hover above, and slowly you see a form take shape, much like the form you saw in the visions from before. This seems to be Relixin. His visage isn't like clear, it's almost like a fuzzy image. It's very hard to fully make him out. And he, as soon as he sees other people, seems to glare. And Abernath approaches and says, "What is your intention for this city?" The ghost, his speech doesn't come out like normal. His speech comes out in like this rattled, kind of broken way. It's like if you had a connection that's not quite there, like it's a frayed connection almost. Um, and the everybody else in the chapel is murmuring, and it's kind of hard to hear from where you guys are.
Can I try and move closer?
Give me a stealth check.
17.
I like how you whispered it. You kind of worm your way through the servants, who are just flabbergasted just as much as everybody else, so they're not really paying attention. And you hear snippets from Rolixin. You hear rage, angry, wrong, wrong. And you hear him say, "I would have given loyalty to people, rage, now just hatred, rage." He just seems to be
Damn.
repeating this. And Abernath, though this is broken, Abernath seems to be getting it a little bit more. And he says it aloud. He says, "It appears his loyalty to the people allowed his spirit to rest even though he was betrayed. But little by little, his loyalty could not fight back against the anger." And the ghost kind of shudders, and again mutters, "Hatred, wrong, wrong, lies." Um, and then you hear something kind of interesting. He says green, and then light. Abernath nods and says, "Something happened recently, and he lost his battle against the anger, and more blood was demanded." And slowly the ghost falls back into the bones. The elf druid then turns and says, "I believe your plans for his veneration and burial is wise. And the crown will help you in this way. We only ask in return for our aid as well as our magic and my skills here, that the city be ready to pledge their loyalty to this capital once more. A battle is on the horizon, and we wish for your aid, for we will need everyone we can in order to beat back the darkness of the new evil empress."
We don't need the capital to do what we were already gonna do.
Findel looks a little bit unsure, and then he looks to the crowd. I'm sorry, sir. We had these plans in motion. I'm not entirely sure what you planned on helping with in this." Abernath calmly looks to him and says, "You plan on throwing a party, but you still have not aided the seed which you left behind. I will help you get to the seed and cultivate it back after you've honored his spirit." Findel looks to the high priest, who he looks pretty swayed. It looks like that's kind of what they were also fearing, is that they could make the spirit happy, but it didn't guarantee that the seed was going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Oh shit, now fight has TP.
Oh shit, indeed. I agree.
The high priest then steps in before Abernath can say anything more and says, "Very well. We will welcome your aid with the seed and welcome you at the party as well. The celebration is sure to be one that will put Rulixon to rest, and we will honor his name as well as spread the correct um, anecdote for his legacy." Um, thank you. Abernath nods, and he heads back with the royal guard back towards the palace, as they are given rooms basically to stay as well. You guys are still among the servants as the chapel begins to clear out. Findel is looking over the bones still.
Oh well. That went pretty well, all things considered. Um,
Findel sighs. He says, "Yes, but
How much longer on that?
it means we will owe the capital a great deal."
And no offense to them.
I'd say
They
go
seem
to
like
see if you can
great
push
people.
top lane and then come
I
back.
hope that his wish to help recover the seed does not have ulterior motives.
yeah, keep an eye on that one.
If things go
Oof.
wrong, you can
Yeah.
try and reach to us. We can see what we can do.
I will keep in contact with you about this. He
Kid,
does not
forgot,
seem to
go in.
be
I got R.
a mistrustful person, but he is not an elf I have seen or met before.
And considering some of the things we have learned recently, it's hard to
Yeah,
trust.
I needed it.
Can
Sorry.
Leah,
Yes, that would be me.
I have a question, and I don't know where I could get something like it that could exist, but I would be willing to try and sell my potions if I need to afford it. But I'd like to give him like a ring or have a set made that if he like turned it a certain way that it locked into place, like the ring would glow as a way of like a call to come back that might be like a little more instantaneous than like you know those like long distance like stupid lamps that you light up. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm thinking, but just like in ring form.
So
Yes.
kind of like that
I know
mixed with
what you
like
mean.
maybe like the
Like
the
a-
rings from like Howl's Moving Castle
Maybe.
to like say like to kind of guide you in the direction that you're needed.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Something
Kind of
like
like
that
the rings
has
that
the
we have.
message spell in it almost,
Yeah.
but has a lot further distance.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Or maybe something like something that can contain like some kind of message spell or skywrite or something.
Isn't there like a notebook that can do that?
Well, I'm trying to look up the speaking stone.
Or sending
See.
stones? Yeah. Don't know how far their distance is.
Oh, the sending spell would be. Yeah, its range is unlimited.
Oh,
None of
it's
you are a bard, cleric, or wizard.
I'm a paladin.
Correct.
okay.
So
You
you're
are
basically,
correct.
you're basically
You're
looking
welcome.
for something you can imbue the sending spell in.
Yeah, so
Kind of, yeah.
it would be sending
Um,
stones basically.
Yeah, and that would be quite expensive for an unlimited range, because it
Yeah.
can even go to different
Hmm.
planes of existence. Um,
Whoa.
Well,
it would be very expensive.
yeah. No, I don't
Like
think
pretty
it's a
much everything
possibility.
you guys have.
I think I'm just gonna tell
Oof.
Findel that like You need to do what you can to protect your people, even if it's sometimes making bargains that might be dangerous as well. But like Fee said, like Mina said, like we've been saying, just don't feel like you have to do any of it alone. Even when we leave, like we can always come back and help. Like you're our buddy. You're our pal.
Findel, he nods and he, tries not to tear up. Um,
Squeeze,
he
hug,
says, "Hey,
attack.
yes, we can
Oh
hug. That's
shit,
fine."
I'm a servant.
Um,
Is that like
there's no one here. It's fine.
oh, okay.
You guys hug, and who's got the best Arcana check? Who's got the best Arcana here?
I've only got a +1.
Probably not me.
2.
Let me see.
Actually, it might
Hold
be
on.
you, Mina.
It's
'Cause I
loading.
think you're.
Is it? Where's Arcana? I have a -1.
No, never mind.
A 2.
So surprisingly, Izzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Izzy.
Is he? You have the best Arcana.
Rocking it out
Yeah,
again.
it's a
He has a 2.
yeah, I have a 2.
Oh, how the fuck did you get that?
It's based on
Give
her
me
intelligence.
an
Intelligence score,
Arcana
yeah.
check really quick.
Hmm?
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh.
A 9.
Okay. Then I will. Okay, so it's not much. Oh gosh. So basically, you kind of understand that the druid Abernath used a type of speak with dead spell, on the bones. But that's it. That's about all you can get.
Yeah, it must have been something very like big and juicy because typically Speak with Dead can't be cast on skeletons.
Right.
You have to have actual mouth to use. So, yeah, that was some wild magic.
Alrighty, so you guys.
Oh, I didn't think it was actual. No, I meant.
Findel
That's
tells
funny.
you, well, you should probably go get dressed for the parade. We can make sure you're still disguised. We won't put you in the place of honor like we thought we were going to put you, but you can definitely still enjoy the festivities, and put your energy into the celebration as well.
Yeah.
If that would be all right.
Absolutely, man. So it's fun to party with the lower class. Well, they don't have the movie Titanic in this universe, but let me tell you, that was where it was at.
So Findel goes with you back to your room. You guys have outfits that you had planned, but this time around you also have masks just to help you guys kind of stay hidden. It's kind of one of the things that Findel suggested was everybody wears masks, so kind of everybody's on the same level. So nobody knows who's a noble, nobody knows who's a servant, or a different race, that kind of thing. So it's kind of like a masquerade that everybody can kind of have a little bit of fun at. And already people are starting to head out into the streets to celebrate and drink and spread the news, as it were, of the truth that Rolixen brought to the light.
I made like a little sign that says Relixin rules, and I'm just like waving it around.
So you guys head out to have fun for the day. You stay hidden. It doesn't seem that Abernath is going too far from the palace. You notice that the royal guard and he stick close to that area, and the parade goes by the palace. So
I'd like to, if we can, before like in the night or something, have smuggled JD out of the palace and back to the boat.
okay, yeah. This is a day of parade, so it's not the well, it's a day of parade, so it's enough time for you to get the dog back down to the dock, where you do see Opal, and she's made headway on the boat. It is almost unrecognizable. In fact, kind of worrying how much of it she's kind of stripped away.
Honestly, that's probably for the best.
She like reassures
Yeah.
you, no, it's gonna be fine.
No, make it look
and,
as different as you want, babe. Like, that's undercover for us then.
But you hide JD, who's not happy to miss more of the feasting. But
We'll
he
bring
goes,
you back all the bones. I've got a doggy bag right here, ready to go.
He barks happily. And then you guys enjoy the festivities for the day. That night, the feast happens, and under candlelight. Afterwards, you guys, as well as much of the city, who have all been drinking a little bit, watch as the high priest anoints the bones. He speaks of Relixen's sacrifice and the betrayal that took him from this world. He declares that all in the city are to see him as a hero and the first lord that truly brought the tree up from the soil. He is to be venerated as the first lord and the most important, the one who brought the seed from the mother forest to the new land. His name is to be written into the books and known as the greatest of all the sacrifices made in order for the city to grow. And you all have candles and are standing among each other, and you do feel there's a surge of magic, and suddenly you do see that mist that had formed above the bones before kind of come together again of its own will, almost as if it's taking magic from you and manifesting it away.
I party harder.
Yeah, those that drank more somehow are giving up more of their magic. You see the spirit lift from the bones and go upward, and suddenly the star is shining much brighter. There's a wave of magic that
Awesome.
seems to return, and the people who kind of fed from that, or at least could feel from that, visibly relax. However, you know that you're not fully out of the woods, that things down below will need to be done. But for right now, the people, because they were told the truth and were not panicked going into it, seem to be at ease for now. However, with needing help from the capital, they will now have to face a decision going forward that possibly people of this city will be going to war, whether they want to or not. In exchange for Abernath's help with the seed, the city is now in debt to the capital. So there you guys go.
Oh shit. At least all we did was make them be in debt.
Well,
That's better than it could be.
we also
you
stopped
haven't-
senseless killing.
Yes. You also.
Well, yeah.
You also made it so that Pier and Destra are basically stripped of their titles and have to do community service for a very long time. So they
Pick
are
up
no longer
that
in power.
pamphlet.
So they are no longer in power, so the people don't seem to hold animosity towards the council and the higher ups. So you did prevent that. A class war, basically.
Yeah.
Yes. I just meant the only thing that we did by not taking the seed. The worst thing we did by not taking the seed is putting them in debt. That's what it,
Debt to the
Yeah.
capital. So, yeah.
yes. Could have been worse.
But
Yeah.
that wraps up the night. Basically, you gathered what your consequences are for your deeds over the last few days, and further ones you're not sure. It may take some time to see what happens next. But you're told by Opal that night, who finds you in the hallway, that your ship will be ready in the morning.
Thanks for.
Wow.
Well,
She had
really,
money and
actually,
health,
you're welcome. Yeah, for
so.
everything
Yes.
in a way. I'm not usually this. That's not true. I am this facetious.
Yes, thank you for giving me back a part of myself. I mean, that really is almost priceless. But yeah, your ship will be ready in the morning. And from what I've gathered from Father, it would be a advise that you head out tomorrow.
Yeah, preferably before the other royal ship or the royal ship leaves or does anything.
Sam dropped out. Hey Nikki, can you pause real quick?
Yeah. Up again.
Okay. So, where were we? Yeah. So the
Pitch of
festivities
despair.
have wound down for the night, and Opal has told you that the ship will be ready in the morning, and everybody's kind of heading back to bars or small celebrations or home, because there seems to be a lull in the activity. But is there anything else you guys want to do tonight, or last minute things you want to do? Findel has told you that it is probably a good idea to get on your ship early in the morning and get out of here before you're noticed.
Would it be better for us to just sleep on the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Well, let's do that.
Yeah, because I'm like, I can't think of anything unless we wanted to just try and learn more about this Abernanth guy, but
I don't want to
since
get
we're
close
leaving,
to him.
I don't. Yeah. Since we're leaving, I don't know if that would really be worth the risk.
No, I think
Okay.
aside from just saying goodbye to Findel and Opal, probably just getting ready to peace out. Maybe even leaving in the night.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Well, the ship has to be ready.
Oh shit, yeah, that's
So
right.
yeah, Opal says it's not quite. She's just gonna kind of help you kick off in the morning.
Okay, cool.
So are you heading there?
Oh,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
Alrighty, so you guys head down to the docks, and at the end of the docks, waiting for you is your new ship.
Ooh.
Oh, it's gonna be so cool.
What is this?
I'm so excited.
The Flying Moon song?
Whoa! It's flying!
What does
That's awesome.
the
God
crom-
damn it.
the thingy in the it's like almost like a clock?
It's cool looking, that's what it is.
Yeah.
like a
Opal, who
compass.
is covered in grease and soot, but smiling proudly and looks extremely tired, says, "Well, it's a flying ship which relies on a good chunk of magic." And she points to the kind of contraption on the back of the ship. Here she goes, "Well, you do need to load it with a spell slot, which should last for a good few days and keep you afloat. And it uses that magic to look. It's really sciencey and magicy. It'll just work.
Yeah, you ain't
and-
gotta explain all the details. Baby, I trust you. Plus, I don't even understand magic anyway.
Does it
and
have to be a
the-
certain level spell slot?
Levels to
No,
it?
if you add a bigger one, it will last longer, but a single level spell slot should keep you flying for approximately 3 days.
Okay.
And the contraption on the front will help with wind. You don't have tides or currents that you have to worry about when you're on the water. You instead have wind currents you need to worry about, which the contraption on the front will help you steer through
Like
and warn you
updrafts and
of.
shit.
Yes, correct. Yeah, so it should work just fine. Just know that air is not the same density as water, so the amount of, power that you have versus thrust and that kind of thing will be a little different. Plus, turbulence is very different from tide.
I want to try it so bad.
Question.
Yes.
What do we need to know in regards to thunderstorms?
Probably don't fly through them.
Aw.
Or fly above them, but just be careful.
Fucking.
The higher you go, the more it will use the magic,
Ride the
because you will have
lightning.
to be going against the Earth's gravity. Yes, we know about gravity here, and you just be careful.
Nina,
Yes.
make sure that Harold does not fall over the edge.
Oh yeah, better cast
Oh,
Featherfall
he will
on
not.
him.
I don't have that. What's that? Oh no.
Chickens cannot fly very far. No.
He'll drop like a rock.
It could probably glide down, but it'd be a pain in the ass to go back.
When we are flying, he is not
He
He
is
is in the
strapped
bottom
the
when
baby
we fly.
Bjorn.
That is where he is.
We should invest in some like parachutes.
Oh my god. Put a sword on him. Put the javelin. He'll land on the javelin, not on the he'll land.
It's gonna be
Let him.
a real chicken on a stick then,
Oh god.
ready to roast.
Oh god. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, 'cause I don't think JD's gonna
Poor
jump.
kid.
And Marshmallow's probably like Marshmallow's a snake. He can't jump.
Yeah.
You can slither
Harold,
off
true.
the side.
yeah. Let's not lose the chicken.
Yeah. Hey situation. Okay. Yeah, this sounds dope.
Nobody
Thank you.
wants to lose his chicken.
So you have your new ship. You find that your quarters
yeah.
haven't changed too much. They are still the nice layout that they were. The aesthetics have been a little bit more muted, so you don't draw too much attention. However, you are a flying ship, so you're probably going to draw attention no matter what.
Yeah.
But you are going to be able to travel faster and further. But it can still, and she tells you, it can still operate as a normal ship, so you are able to land and sail in water. You just have to bring in the wings.
This is so exciting. Let's get on. Let's go.
Okay, so you guys tuck in for the night.
Doesn't need a spell slot.
You're not flying right now.
Right, but if I put a spell slot in now, could I go to sleep
Yeah, you
and
could.
regain
Yeah.
that spell slot? That way tomorrow I don't have that problem.
Right. So yeah,
Clever
if you just
girl.
put
Better.
Okay, I'll go ahead and pop a
first level, or
Let's go ahead. Let's do a second level.
okay.
Just because I don't use my second level spell slots that often, but even then I'm about to regain it by going to bed. So
it's 6
Alrighty.
days.
You see it glow. The sails glow, and the kind of magic circle on the front of the ship glows as well, and seems to hum. And there is a new lever next to the helm that basically has a cloud next to it. It has waves on one side and clouds on the other.
It's the yoke.
So pretty simple.
Okay.
And yeah, you are all set.
Sweet.
Better by time.
Yeah, so you guys all curl up for the night in your new ship, planning on leaving the city behind you tomorrow morning. And
Yeah.
as you're sleeping,
Something happens.
God.
Yeah, you
No.
think I'm used to it now.
Mina,
Fuck.
you notice
Oh, no.
before going to bed and doing your nightly trance ritual, it is a full moon tonight. And as you are sleeping, you hear the familiar whispers. Those dark whispers
again.
that you were pretty sure were far behind. Whispers that
No.
know about what you've been doing. You hear one
How?
say,
No, bad.
"Look what you've done. More death? Are you killing for me again? As in a whole city now?" And these whispers continue. Give me a religion check really quick.
Okay. Hold on. I want to make sure I don't accidentally close the tab again. I've never done a religion check.
It's okay.
Okay. God. Really bad.
The whispers seem to kind of begin to get to you. Your trance is almost interrupted. It doesn't feel like you're getting your energy back. But for some reason, suddenly you feel lighter, like the light from the moon shines down upon you, and this blinding white light quiets the whispers and shuts out the darkness. In front of you, you see a tall, dark-skinned elf with very long, pointed ears and white hair down to the ground. She's naked and holds a dangerous-looking sword in her hand. She raises the sword and turns and points it off into the distance. give me either a perception, religion, or arcana check.
Boy, go by the water stream. I thought I
Okay,
saw
hold on.
both.
Oh, perception. God damn it.
Perception,
I'm rolling
religion,
bad
or
today.
arcana, whichever one is better.
Yeah, perception was the best.
No, that's okay. You see in the distance of kind of vision clears, you see a village. It's humble in size and it's nestled among rocks and a shoreline. You can kind of hear some kind of like seagull in the distance, and hear waves. But suddenly you see spiders on the edge of the vision, and they seem to be crawling their way towards the village. And darkness increases, and suddenly you hear screams. And then the vision goes dark, and you wake up. And that's where we're going to end it.
Oh my god! Ah! Oh no!
Did anybody else start
We
sweating?
need to
I
go
started
over there,
sweating.
guys. Yeah, man.
Heart started
Holy shit.
palpitating.
Yikes.
So that's your ending for now.
Oh god.
Ooh. Ooh.
Things have been set in
Thanks.
motion. Things are going forward.
There's emotion in the ocean, and we're not even riding the waves.
Riding the clouds now.
Well, technically we're still in the waves.
Oh
we
my
haven't
God.
like
Oh, true.
lifted off yet.
Gosh, I'm gonna start saying like, "This is
Not
your
quite
captain
yet, but we're
speaking."
almost there.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
All right, thank you guys, anybody who's
Good.
listening. It was a fun time, and we'll see you next
Yeah.
time. I don't know when next time will be, but we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.